Hello there, everyone. Welcome back to some more Let's Play the Occult Chronicles. In the last episode, we explored the west wing of the second floor. Completely, I think. And got a few very nice things for doing so. We now have 9 wands and 9 pentacles, and have completely leveled up the statistics through this expenditure of experience points, having completed our mentalist background entirely. As you can see, we're just about wrapping up the mechanical devices specialist, and still have a little bit of eldritch sorcery to dabble in. Let's see, what else did we do? Hello, button. Food will be another 35 minutes from now. 35 minutes. 35 minutes. The kittens want some dinner. But dinner, it's 4 o'clock. It's 4:30. 4:30 is your big dinner, and then you get a little snack to help you last until it is morning, and breakfast at 6 in the morning. Yeah, hello, button. We picked up the third eye as another psychic talent, which allows us to scry cards in the challenges that we are allowed to use it in, which is most challenges, apparently. Sorry, the adorable kitten is really making it difficult to concentrate. We also grabbed our first intelligence heroic feat, mental dexterity. Roll 1 bone. Hello. No, there's no playing with hands. You want to climb up here? To be petted? No. Okay. Roll 1 bone and then select X non-phase cards in hand, where X is the number of wands rolled, and bump their card values up, plus Y, where Y is your wands. Oh, right. This effectively is going to give us a 10 for as many cards as we roll the die for. Aw. Hello. Stop being so cute. That's how you got your name. As cute as a button. You're being really cute. I know you must be hungry. Hello. Oh, you want to play? We can play. We'll play later, button. My allergies are acting up. We picked up a few more spells. We gained Ray of Chasmodai and Rain of Sulfur. We're probably getting rid of the Rain of Sulfur at some point. Oh, I'm gonna have to take a break right as I get started. We have the Empress as well, which will stop us from being affected by a instant insanity card if we draw one. We've picked up... Mom is using the bathroom somewhere. Hopefully in the litter box. I'll go and check that soon. We picked up 2 new talismans. We have a talisman of air and one of water. We have quite a few new edges. And we picked up another clue token, our second on the second floor. And that wraps up our stuff. Now I do need to put a break here because I want to play with the kittens. Yeah, hello, button. I see you. And I'll be right back. All right. 2 hours later. Cats have been played with and dinner has been eaten. All right, so we did the summary already. Let's head on up to the attic now. We probably shouldn't do it this way. We should turn in all the quests so we're a little more prepared for the attic, but I think we can probably handle it. Then we'll get all our rewards turned in. All our quests turned in. And then finish up the witches quest before we head on down to the basement. Oh, we didn't explore this room, did we? And there's a locked room, and there's the Cthulhu statue room we still have on the second floor, too. We'll take a look at those after we're done with the attic. I don't really want to be up here. I'm nervous about traps, but the robot might be up here, and if it is, then we don't have to cross that beam to find it. We will cross the beam if we don't find the robot anywhere else in the mansion. An attic room, huh? Looks like something was dragged into or out of this chest or box. There's generally giant spiders in these rooms, as I think a random encounter, but there's also luckily a clue token in the attic, so we do want to search it. I think last year we did make the bargain with the thing in the attic, and we've learned that it's just a trap. You should never actually do that bargain. So we will not do so if we find it up here during this attic exploration. Well, now that's an interesting symbol drawn on the floor. A whole lot of nothing up here. They're talking a big game about how dangerous the attic would be. We haven't met anything up here yet. This is where the thing in the attic could be. There is something in here. A group of dead teenagers. You look down and see the dissected remains of 4 humans littering the ground. Judging by the positions of the skeletons, it looks like they were trying to run away from something. The clothes that they wore are now mostly rags, but they must have been very bright pastels, which you find unusual. Nearby is a skeleton of a dog. Absolutely love this. Ah, my goodness. Well, there's no reason not to search them. They're not part of a quest, to my recollection. You might be able to find a clue as to what happened to them. You never know. Oh, not a good hand. No face cards. 2 10s are high cards. So, and we don't have a pentacle, so we're not going to successfully search this, I think. Oh, maybe we will. No, there goes our only wands card. We just need one more success. And we get it, so we're victorious. I don't even know what you get from these corpses. You poke around the remains and find a few things. A pair of thick glasses and an odd box of crackers. You can tell that they were probably just teenagers. You wonder what mystery brought them here to meet us in such ignominious ends. Good use of puns, Vic. I approve of this. Ah, just 2 sanity. This would be a hallway in which they would run back and forth in and out of different doors, I suppose, right? Oh. Come on. We're searching it. We get the attic music playing, too. Very rarely do I hear this for long. We're almost actually done with the attic. Oh! The floor beneath your feet suddenly gives way without any warning. Is it rotten wood or a trap? You don't even have time to contemplate the question. Oh, this is an awful, awful chance to survive this. Protect yourself as you fall. You decide to shield yourself as you fall and put your effort into cushioning your fall with a well-executed tuck and roll. Oh, God. We have 3 cards. 8 of wands, 7 of pentacles, and an ace of swords. And there's also only 3 tricks. We are probably not doing this. Failed. Our calm sidestep. We will bump those cards up a bit for all the good it did us, which was not good at all. So this is what the basement's going to be like for traps. Just a reminder. You have no clue where you are, and you think you might have hurt yourself. In other words, it's a typical day at the office. Oh. Well, That sucks. We have to redo what we just did. Script errors are something that has plagued Solium Infernum and Occult Chronicles since I have purchased them. I do not believe I made any alterations to that trap, so I do not know why it crashed. Alas, once again, I do not have the ability to fix the bugs in this game. Oh, what the heck? We're resisting the horror of these things again. Wait, or is this the first time we're fighting malevolent shadows? It must be. You are surprised by a sudden flickering of shadow that spreads out around you. You feel like you are being choked by some invisible force. This is a great picture also. I like the one coming around the corner to get you. Your eyes bulge as you fight to gasp for air, and the dark shadows swirl around you. King of Pentacles, Queen of Wands are our high cards. We can take the Knight of Pentacles with our King. Take that 9 with our 10. Take the 8 with a 9. Take the Page with the Queen. We're doing very well. You shake off the feeling that you are choking and finally breathe freely. Two creatures of shadows swirl around you. You recognize immediately that you are dealing with a type of ghostly creature that feeds off human emotions, fear and pain being the most succulent. You can either stand firm and fight them psychically, or run and hope to fight another day. So, this is normally the only option you get. I added shadow boxing. And it should have been at the same difficulty as this one, so we can see the game has increased the difficulty by 5 points for me. It wanted a target number of 7, I'm guessing. Well, let's go ahead and dispel them. Could use more psychic arcane energy. We have a King of Swords and a King of Pentacles as our high cards. And, well, we have to play both of them, so we win the challenge. Well, that's fun, getting to flip a bunch of cards and not do anything about them. Thank goodness we had both kings. You engage in a psychic duel. You stand firm and use your talents to bottle them up in a psychic containment field. Then you crush the field and push them into the spirit world. Could always use some more courage. I don't even know what it does, but we're going to put 3 points into mental dexterity. Alright, so the good news is that I don't have to search those rooms again, and we get another chance to search the corpses of the teenagers. We'll search this room now also while we're here. Your attention is drawn to a wall covered in mounted trophy heads. You recognize some of them as big game animals, but others are truly bizarre creatures. You see among others what might be a giant's bat head, a fishman of some sort, and a creature that could only be called a troglodyte. As you come closer, a growing sense of unease begins to dominate your thoughts. You are startled and a chill shoots down your spine when you realize that the trophies are watching you. Their heads all turn slightly in unison as you approach. Your eyes widen in disbelief as you realize that the trophies are all mounted on the wall or possessed by spirits. You can feel them probing your psychic defenses as they try to get into your head. We have a Knight of Wands, and the 2 10s are our high cards for this horror challenge. With some acceptable spread of other types of non-face cards. Your defenses prevent the spirits from hurting you. The trophies gaze down at you with pleading eyes. You can sense that some of them want to make contact with you psychically. Others look like they would tear you apart if they had a body with claws or could get their fangs on you. There is definitely some type of strange sorcery involved here that is binding these spirits to the trophies. You can feel a wave of anger building slowly in the psychic space of this room. Someday, it's going to explode. So we don't have to do this now. It's part of a quest. Let's do it. Communicate with the spirits. You decide to enter a trance and try to communicate with the spirits. Many of them are hostile, so it's a risky proposition. Ooh. Page of Pentacles, and our scrying sees the King up there. Let's flip over other cards first. 5 of Swords, we can play the 10. 8 of Wands, we have to play our 5, it's the only Wands card we have. 4 of Pentacles, we'll play the Page. Since we have the 10 in our hand, the page, holding on to the Page doesn't really do anything for us. Knight of Swords, you can have our Ace. 3 of Pentacles can get a 7, and we're winning the challenge. Oh, we only have mental dexterity as available here. I thought for sure we could use psychic talents. I guess, no, that's only for combat. What does this let me do? Roll 1 bone and then select X non-face cards in... Oh, right, this bumps up values. Well, that's not going to help me against anything here. It would have helped me with the 5, but we don't care. You enter a trance and reach out to the spirits that are not overtly hostile. Many are insane with rage, but a few are still coherent. You discover that they want you to do something for them. We want you to bring us the head of Van Pelt. They all scream Van Pelt. Van Pelt! We will make room for him on our wall. He is the one who weaved the sorceress curse so long ago. You ask her how you are supposed to cut off the head of a ghost, and they howl with anger and rage. They then you tell them that you think you might be able to accomplish what they want. You notice the head of a pig mounted on the wall that seems to be empty. They love the idea. Didn't I say there was a crocodile here? And the ghost? You immediately notice the enormous 12-foot stuffed crocodile displayed prominently in the room, which is adorned with many other eccentric collector's pieces. A sudden chill shoots down your spine as the tail of the crocodile begins to sweep back and forth. The eyelids flick open, and you know something is terribly wrong. You can't be sure whether this thing is alive, undead, or animated by some dark sorcery, but it certainly looks hungry. Queen. Oh, we have 2 queens. Oh, and we have to play the queen on that king. Might not win this one. You feel like you're going to relieve yourself exactly where you stand. Alright, well, we're going to use sorcery to dispel the enchantment. Oh my god, look how difficult that is. All because it wanted a target number of 8. God, I hate the decision. Sorry, everyone. Apparently, I'm still going to complain a bit. I really, really dislike a tweaking of the game's difficulty to try to make it tougher for you. I don't like it. We're super focused on pentacles and wands, and we don't really get to feel very powerful using it, because the game makes it much more difficult. But if it wasn't this way, would it be too easy? Maybe. I don't know, though. The traps we're going to encounter down below are just going to be grueling to have us wander through that. Guardians like this are animated by dark sorceries, and there is almost always a way to break the spell and snuff out the threat to the source. Unfortunately, our draw is based on cups, so this is not as good as it looks like it's going to be. Maybe we use the shotgun? We'll try using sorcery once. Knight of Cups, Page of Wands. We have the third eye we can use. We can also use the Touch of Paralysis. We could also read... Let's use this first. We successfully cast a spell. And we can select all of these cards. So I will put the 9, the 2, and the other 2 up there. Oh my god. We drew some bad cards. We put a 2 of Pentacles up here, but we drew an ace. And we drew another Ace of Swords. We didn't have any swords, so it doesn't really bother me very much. Let's see if we can use our Page and Knight. And if we can, then we can maybe shuffle out our hand for a new one. So we get a 2 of Wands. We'll play the Page. And a 10 of Cups. So we play our Knight. We're still not winning. So what we're going to do is use the Sign of Malcham. We succeeded. Discard your hand, and then redraw your hand. So we should draw 4 cards. Then add a random face card from the deck to your hand. We got a King of Cups. 2 9s, a 5, and a 2. The King can take the 9, and we win the challenge. We can take that 6 with the 9. This is a sorcery challenge, by the way, so we can't use the shotgun here. We're casting spells, not actually slugging it out. Alright, this worked out for us in the end. I don't think we can take any... Oh, we can even take another card. I think we discard the Ace of Swords. Yeah, alright. Not bad. Not bad. Clever use of my spells there. You channel your energy into a stream that strikes the crocodile on the snout and it exits behind its tail, breaking the seal on the spirit trapped inside. The guardian will no longer be a threat. Two more experience points. I mean, Master Lockpick is arguably useful for lowering the difficulty, but we know the game just increases the difficulty, so it's really not worth picking. Additional cards could be useful. More tricks. Digit Dexterity is probably not worth it. The value of your additional card draws for any lock challenges, so cannot be lower than level of this edge. Oh my god, that's such a weird way to say that you need to level this like 4 times to make it worth taking. Unless it starts at rank 4. But I'm not willing to test that. I'm assuming it starts at level 1 like every other edge does. What this says is that when you draw cards to do a lockpick, you will be guaranteed to get a number of cards equal to this level. Well, we're probably already drawing 5 cards, which means we have to level this a ton if we want this to actually be beneficial. And to my knowledge, nothing has more than 5 points in it for leveling an edge, so that's probably not worth it. Lowers non-face card values. We get a guaranteed face card when picking locks, equal to the level of the edge. And I think it's 1 or 2 levels for the edge. If we don't play a face card, we get the points for that face card if we have X or fewer face cards in hand. This is useful. We've seen that we don't get many tricks because it's based on cups. So this could be useful because if we have a face card and can't play it, we would get to keep the points. I guess on that note, Keen Hearing could be useful because we get more tricks placed on the board. You know, we'll take Keen Hearing. And then we'll work on Talisman Edge. And pray it's the water pick. Not water, but you guys know what I mean. Alright, so we don't have to search these rooms. They're exactly the same as they were, with the same exact things in them. This time, though, I'll go back to the main menu, so we don't have to do too much more work if the game crashes again. Okay, so let's search the corpses again. Really, game? 2 9s this time around are what we have. How about I just stop the recording and come back here with a better hand? We have no cup cards either. Okay, back. I hate drawing 11 cards and getting no face cards. That's just annoying. A queen and a king. Alright, we'll go with this one this time. Ace of Swords, we'll take it with our 2. 9 of Pentacles. We will take it with the King. 6 of Swords. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We'll play the Queen. Let's see if it was a good choice. It was. No other sword cards was up here. That's what I was thinking. I was like, what are the odds these other 5 cards could be a swords card? Maybe there's one? Okay. What do we find this time? Bullets! A crowbar. That will be useful. Some courage. And more bullets. Okay, that's a lot better than what we got last time, which was nothing. And we even get some more courage. So we'll go ahead and increase our defensive feats. We'll save the game so we don't have to redo that again. Game does owe me for crashing on me. I hate when that happens. I wonder why it did. I mean, there's no way to know. So this is the room that had the trap in it, so we're not going to explore that one. Oh, or was it this room? I think it was this one, wasn't it? Oh, I don't know what room it was. Okay, it was definitely this other one. The robot. You see a strange mechanical man over near the far wall. Hunching slightly forward, it looks like it has been deactivated or run out of power somehow. We've heard stories about these things from the old hands at the Odd HQ. Robots, they were called. Apparently there have been attempts by several nefarious organizations to build armies of them that conquer the world. They placed a battery and reprogrammed the robot, because we have a better chance of doing that than just replacing the battery, which is so flippin' weird. These things like to follow orders, so why don't you give it some new ones? You wish you could be there when Benway tries to order it around. King of Cups and King of Pentacles are our 2 high cards. We see a 4 of Pentacles scryed. I'll play the 10 of Cups. Okay, now I'll play the King. Give that King our 7. Why I did this is because we have 6 cards left. I'm not feeling that we're going to get another Cups card up here. Oh, we did, but it was an ace. Speaking of aces, let's play the King on that ace. Benway is not as smart as he thinks he is, and apparently neither are you. It's all about the 1s and 0s. The robot powers up suddenly and chirps in a mechanical voice. No! Will not return to master! And then runs off down the hall. The Chariot. Your successful flee challenges are converted automatically into evasions, allowing you to stay in the location where the challenge occurred, while this card is in your inventory. We'll probably get rid of it. At some point, this will be the first Arcana card I play, because we're not ever fleeing from encounters with the 3 cups. There's another encounter here. We also leveled up a little bit. Giant spiders! You hear the I thought this was a random encounter up in the attic. Apparently not. You hear the chittering sound and stop dead in your tracks. You know exactly what that means. Spiders. Big spiders. Before you have a chance to back away, you see them scurrying towards you. But how prepared do you think you are? These things are disturbing anytime they appear. Knowing that you could end up a cocoon and sucked dry only makes it worse. You've seen photographs of victims recovered from creatures like these. They are not pretty. King of Pentacles, Knight of Pentacles are our high cards. We do want to pass a horror challenge. The odds the Queen is up here is very low. Measuring 4 or 5 feet across, these creatures are on the small side, from what you have read in old case files. It doesn't mean that you should underestimate them. Many of these giant species have fast-acting neurotoxin poisons that can quickly render you helpless. You also now notice the extensive web network that covers certain areas of the room. If you get caught up in one of those, you might be in trouble. So our chance to flee is awful. Our chance to fight it is also awful. So we're going to have to use a shotgun here, and that's still awful. Not quite as bad, but still bad. The single tap or double tap, it's all the same, really. Don't worry about aiming all that much, and just stay focused and go for the center of mass. King of Pentacles, 10 of Cups. We will need to use psychic powers for this. What does our crowbar do, by the way? Crowbar whack. Bump the card value up on a random non-face card in hand +1. Up to 10. That seems really disappointing. All right, what else do we have? We can use some of our spells. One spell. We can also use most of our psionic powers. So let's use the third eye to start. We rolled less than our wands, which we cannot fail to do. Alright, and that's super useful to see, because I see the Queen of Pentacles up there. So let's immediately reveal her and win the challenge. We can take that. We can take this. And just because we can, whack a card. And win. You tear the things apart, and soon there are bug legs and guts everywhere. There might not be a clue token up here, by the way. It doesn't have to be one in the attic. Oh, there's no thing in the attic this year. I'm guessing there's no Beetlejuice up here either, then. No mushroom men? You thought at first it was some type of decorative statue, but as you get closer, you realize that it is a large stuffed animal. Its white fur, black nose, and ferocious claws reveal it to be a polar bear in point of fact. Suddenly the polar bear begins to stir. Ghostly green vapor seems to be animating it. You've seen this type of possession before, and it never ends well. You find yourself fighting a wave of panic that threatens to turn your will into jelly. King of Cups, Page of Swords, and a Page of Pentacles. Take the 3 with the 5, take the 8 with our page. Sure, we'll win the horror challenge. You see things far worse than this. After all, you have read the briefings on what actually happened to the Franklin expedition. This doesn't even raise an eyebrow compared to that. The stuffed polar bear is animated by a spirit of some sort. It doesn't read as evil, but you sense a tremendous rage behind it. It won't care what your intentions are. You are alive and it isn't. It rears up on its 2 feet and waits your move. It obviously has no intention of fleeing. You sense that it feels cornered here and intends to fight to the finish. So, fighting with our fists is... No, we're not doing that. We have a good chance to use sorcery, but we only get 4 draw. So, psychics are how we're going to win this encounter. You decide to use your mind to attack the spirit directly. King of Wands, King of Swords, Knight of Swords. Actually, we have 3 knights. We're just lacking the wand. The Cups Knight. What are the odds the Queen is up here? Probably really low. So we play the King and win the challenge immediately. And sure, we'll play all the knights we have. You won the duel. You popped the head right off its shoulders. And we found the clue token up here. The very last spot we would have searched as well in the attic. I thought there was one up here. You feel an evil presence all around you. The house itself radiates evil. Okay, we know there's nothing else in any of the spots up here in the attic, and we didn't miss a secret passage, so disappointing. No thing in the attic this year, but I guess I can be glad we didn't meet something. Since we're here, I suppose we'll go and try this door on the off chance there's a library in there that possesses the book we need. We will have to crawl past the insects, though. King of Wands lets us win the challenge. Wow. And the king stopped us from doing too much better. Alright. Well, we're doing it, right? You examine the lock mechanism and decide that you just might know how to finesse it open. We do get an extra trick, thanks to that one feat of ours. We have a Queen of Cups and a Queen of Wands as our high card. Oh, look at that. 5, 2, Ace, 3, 2, 5, 4. All awful cards, except for those two queens. We have a 3 of Wands up here, so we know we can almost win the challenge with one of our queens there. So we play the Queen of Wands on the 6 of Wands, and then we flip over to 3 and play the 5. Because if one of these is a higher than the 5 Wands card, we don't want to lose the 5 to it. What's in this room? The Burning Ghost! From out of nowhere, a ghost appears bathed in flames and begins running towards you. Your eyes wide in disbelief as the ghost heads directly at you, all the time seemingly to be trying to put out the flames by patting his hands all over his body. Although he makes no sound, you could swear that you hear him screaming in your mind. King of Cups, Knight of Cups are our high cards. Not much of else is very good. We'll play the 4 on the Ace and hope we can use a Cups card on something a little better. I might have made a mistake there. We did. The ghost runs straight up to you and flails at you. It either wants to use you to put itself out and spread the flames over to you as well. You recognize the ghost as a Class 3 full roaming repeater. It probably relives this death run every day at the same time. These types of spirits can be very dangerous. Dispel the ghost, because we're not running from it. You won't be able to reason with it due to its agitated state, but you should be able to destroy its manifestation with its psychokinetic talents. King of Wands, Knight of Wands are our 2 high cards. Tons of sword cards in our hand. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. My goodness, all the low ones. We'll just play the game without using psychic talents. I don't think we'll need them. Uh-oh. Okay. I was about to start wondering if we were going to get any Wands cards. Wow, just one, huh? Well, we still won. You use the power of your mind to halt the ghost and then slowly squeeze it out of this world and into the spirit world. Zombies. Alright, well, we'll use magic. King of Wands, Knight of Wands, King of Swords, Knight of Wands are our high cards. We should be able to do this without needing to use spells. Ah, that's lucky. Getting an ace when all we have is a 3 and a 2 in our hand to match it of that suit. Queen of Swords. We have the king for you. Give me bullets. Bullets! Not bullets. Okay, so we didn't find. Did we find the witch's books up here? We did not. Alright. That's a bit awkward. Since we're not on a timer, I would like to avoid that massive insects again. And we'll head back down the stairs via the main staircase here. There was no secret passages in those two spots either, right? Alright, so let's first destroy the pipe organ? While we're here. This, oh wow, look at the difficulty, because this hasn't been modified since we were last down here, I suppose. This is what I would expect the challenges to look like if the AI's modifier wasn't in effect. This is most definitely the pipe organ, which the ghost of the organ master wanted you to destroy. Armed with his incantation, you should be able to dispel it and sever its nexus with the organ. It's still tricky, because we only get 5 tricks, pun intended. Oh, and all we have is a page of pentacles and a ton of other pentacles cards in our hands, so this doesn't look very good. Why don't we... Oh, and let's use a sign of Malchium here. We rolled less than or equal to our pentacles, but we rolled a 1. So we have to take 1 hit point, not a wound, by the way. Alright, so we discard a hand, a much better hand. Every single queen is in our hand. Knight of Swords. You can get our Queen of Swords. 4 of Wands can get our Queen of Wands. 6 of Pentacles. We can have a Queen of Pentacles played. And we've annihilated this thing. Reciting the melody that the ghost taught you, you drive the evil spirit from the pipe organ. It seems to shudder and then exhale in discordant death rattle as the air wheezes one final time through the pipes. Bunch of sanity we can't use, but we do get more experience points. Let's take the Talisman Edge and let's pray. No, we get Wand of Fire instead. So this will give us more Wands attribute, which doesn't really have... Okay, so I mean, we don't have any Earth talismans. So we'll take Wand of Fire. It's a shame. And then I guess we'll grab another Eldritch Spell Edge. So our Wands is increased to 10. That's a shame. I really want our Cups to increase to 4. It gives us a slightly better chance to survive down in the basement. Alright, so let's start turning in quests while we're down here. There's a slip of paper here we still need to find, right? This must be the remains of the acolyte of which the demon in the fireplace spoke. He was obviously playing a very deadly game by trying to summon and bind these demons. The name should still be on him somewhere. 12 tricks, but you never get more than 10 tricks. Queen of Cups and 2 Knights are our high cards in hand. We have no sword cards, which means we're going to get lots of sword cards up here. We can play the 4 and win the challenge barely. You carefully search the acolyte's robes and find a small scrap of paper with a name etched onto it when must be blood. You haven't considered this whole errand carefully. You have figured it out. The slip of paper obviously carries the name of the demon you have bargained with, written in the old Stygian. Why else would this prince want it so badly? You could speak the name and command the demon to reward you. He was most likely going to betray you anyway. Okay, so we have 2 queens and a king as our high cards. Queen of Swords, Queen of Cups, and King of Pentacles. It's good to see a mix of different suits. The 10 of Swords, well, we'll play our queen and win the challenge. 2 of Pentacles. We'll play the 7 on that. 8 of Cups. We'll play the 10. Playing a little risky here, Tim. Ooh, but it was worth it. Our queen can take the knight. We've won with max card draw at this point, since we're 17 over the target number. But we'll keep flipping. We have a swords card? We do. Ah, it's a shame. But, you know, we still won. You speak the name on the paper and are rewarded with a howl of torment from the demon. It lasts around the room, knocking over everything except for you. Your guess was correct. You compel it to reward you, and then to return to the hell from which it came. You have made an enemy today. Bargains with demons. During any challenge of the persuasion or deception type, each not revealed trick card has a 5% chance of being scryed at the beginning of the challenge option. So we already have a guaranteed 1 scry so far, so this is nice. Or a fortune. Did we find the gargoyle statue? We did not. Where are these things? They must be across the beam. Alright. Well, let's turn in this quest by trying to convince Constance that her fiance... Oh, okay, we have another... Oh, we have another mouth, but this time we don't have the horror challenge. Psychic duel. Knight of... Queen of Cups. Oh, King... Wow, lots of face cards. King of Wands, Queen of Wands, Knight of Swords, Page of Swords, Queen of Cups, Page of Cups. It's only Pentacles we don't have anything good from. A 4. Let's start flipping. Not 7 of Wands. We might as well use the King. 5 is the Knight of Cups up here. I actually think it might be. So I'm going to play the Page of 5 here. The Page should take the 5. Ladies and gentlemen, the Knight of Cups. Take it with the Queen. There are some days when I swear I know what the lottery numbers are going to be. And I tell myself I'm better off not being rich. Then I check and I'm never correct. Except that one day when I had 4 of the 5 numbers, and the only reason I didn't have the Powerball is because the girl that gave me the slip put down the wrong Powerball number. I should have had the correct one. I was too lazy to go back and have her fix it. I talked about that in a different video a few Halloweens ago. Because I had a... Well, let's just say I'm glad I didn't win. You enter the trance and push back at the local psychokinetic energy. It tries to evade your grasp, but you finally manage to contain it and disperse it into other areas of the house. Her name appears to have been Constance. Oh, we already read that a long time ago. You decide to tell the ghostly bride that her groom has passed on to the spirit world, and she should join him there. Well, we see the King of Swords up there with our scry, so we're not touching that. We have a King of Cups and 2 Queens, Swords and Cups. Let's start flipping. So we'll play the 3 on the 2 and win the challenge. Our only Pentacles card gives us points. We'll take that 9 with our Page, take that 5 with our 10. We're running out of cards. I don't think this time the Knight is up here, but you know what? We can still play the King, and we'll hold on to the Queen. There was a Knight, but not the white Knight of Cups. All right, we did it. You weave an elaborate tale, just as Master Gracely instructed. She seems hesitant to believe you. But I can sense his loathing presence, she hisses. But you finally convince her that she must leave for the spirit world to find her betrothed. She vanishes before your eyes. The Thunderbolt, an air swords card. Once again, I really wish we took the swords, because we would have 6 swords. Would have been so handy to have. Oh well. There's no clue tokens here. There could be traps, so we don't want to step there. Man, are we gonna do it, Tim? Let's turn in the organ quest before we cross that beam to search the other side of this wing of the house. This is such a bad idea, viewer. This is such a bad idea. I should just not do it and just write off some of these quests as not going to complete them. But we'll try it. You've destroyed the pipe organ as a ghost required. You hope that with this task complete, the Organ Master's ghost can be at peace. The Organ Master's ghost smiles and thanks you for their help. It says that it didn't really expect to see you again, but is pleased that you proved so resourceful. Content that its task of redemption is done, it fades away slowly before your very eyes. Ghostly music. Once again, there's a chance that any persuasion or deception type, whenever we draw a card, after being successful, there's a 5% chance that nothing of interest will be turned into a talisman. An edge upgrade. So, we want the cups leveled. Because I want this to always protect me whenever it shows up. Without worrying. I mean, technically that it always does, but I don't want to worry about it vanishing on me. We're going to rely on that, I think, to get us past any traps we encounter down in the basement. Because we're probably going to end up there now. Because we're going to cross that beam. Is there really no other place down here I haven't searched? There really isn't. We've missed a few quests. I wonder where they are. There's the papers for the alchemist. We didn't find the deck either. Where is all this stuff? Maybe something's in the room with the Cthulhu statue. Guess we'll go up there and check. All right. I mean, there is a bit of space across the beam here. There could be 2 or 3 rooms. Well, Mr. Laszlo Benway's right here, so let's turn this in first. You decided to tell Benway about the robot and its reaction after it was given a new battery. You wonder how he will react. This is an outrage! That mechanical moron, that arrogant automaton, that tin-plated traitor, that Farius Frankenstein. I'll show it what the wages of disloyalty are. At any rate, here's your reward. Look over it in the box over there. You might find something that you like. You might not either. With that, he disappears in search of his robot. Firebomb. Not a very good reward. What does this do? We'll take a look at it when we're done. I think it goes in our swords inventory. It does. Okay, so what do we earn? Roll 1 bone and bump the card values down on all non-face trick cards not yet revealed, minus X, where X, min 1, is the number of swords or cups rolled, whichever is higher. Not very exciting. We did get some more experience points, though. Let's spend it. What are we taking? We've seen that sometimes we kind of want more card draw, because occasionally cups decides that. But I don't have an option to get more cards. We get more unrevealed trick cards, which I don't care about. Lowering the difficulty, which might be useful. Can bump up, I don't care. Can bump, no, don't care. I guess we'll take meta magic to make using magic easier. We could take another spell. Or another heroic feat defense. I guess we'll take this. Oh, it's all not intellect ones. Giant leap, I guess. Puzzle lore perception edge. I guess we'll go for that next. Alright. It's time to do something I've been dreading. Oh, well, first we get to fight a class 1 haunting. So, we'll destroy the ghost with psychic powers. 2 knights. Our high cards. Take that ace with our 2. Take that with our knight, and we win the challenge. Very good. Okay, give us energy. Courage is good, I guess, too. We do need to put courage into the new feat we got. Speaking of new feat, let's hope our current feats allow us to cross this, because we're gonna make the attempt. We gotta go back also. You see a narrow plank bridge, bridging a huge collapsed section of the floor. You test the plank with your foot. It seems sturdy enough. You look down, but can't penetrate the darkness below. You see the outlines of rubble and debris from the collapsed floor and judge it that is at least 30 feet down. That's a very long way to fall. Well, I guess we run quickly across the plank. Speed and decisiveness are always win the day. You decide to move quickly and deliberately across the wooden plank. After all, it worked for Julius Caesar at the Rubicon. Alright, we've got a Queen of Pentacles as our high card with a 10. It's not a bad hand. 2 7s and a 6. That's all we got. So we will be using all of our feats whenever we have to deal with a trap. So let's first use Burst of Speed. We'll bump up the 4 and the 6. We'll then use Giant Leap. We fail. We'll then use Calm Sidestep. We fail. Let's go ahead and flip cards. King of Swords. Queen of Pentacles. Still haven't won the challenge, despite the fact our queen took a page. You presently spring across the divide. 1, 2, 3 steps, and you're on the other side. We get to do that again, viewer. We cross it a second time. Oh, there's a lot here. Wow, there's a lot around here. A ghost suddenly materializes in front of you. It's dressed as if it stepped out to the safari on the Serengeti. It lowers its large caliber big game rifle at you and seems to be considering you closely. You don't know which is scarier, the ghost or the ethereal gun. We can take the page with our king. We have a king and 2 queens as our high cards. This is looking pretty good for us. Assuming we don't get nothing but cups cards, and we are not. There we go. You stand up straight and play the alpha male. That's something this ghost will understand. The ghostly big game hunter squints at you like he is sizing you up for his trophy wall. There's a taint to him. You suspect he once brushed elbows with a witch doctor. You both stand there in a sort of ghostly standoff, waiting for the other to make their first move. He will give you the quest to kill the polar bear, but we can't do that now. Running, it doesn't look like it'll work very well for us, so that means we're going to capture him. You have a plan to deal with this. You will focus all your psychic energy into a containment sphere and trap him within. It's a dangerous trick, because if you succeed, it requires that you carry this bloodthirsty ghost within your mind and you can transfer him to the trophy wall. I don't think I've ever done the quest in this way. Oh, we do not have a good hand. Page of Swords, Ten of Cups. Do we have every single ace? No, we don't have the Ace of Swords. You can't discard your hand. We'll just get points. Oh, 2 points added. Okay, whatever. Start flipping. 6 of Wands. We have an ace for you. 3 of Cups. You can actually take that with the 5 to win the challenge. You use Van Pelt's overconfidence against him and trap him within the containment sphere that you built in your mind. You should get rid of him quickly. Mesmerize. You've earned a psychic talent. What does this one do? We'll take a look at it when we're done. Our mind's almost filled up on things, though. Select a non-face card in your hand with value Y. Roll 1 bone and add X points for trick-taking score, then where X is the number of wands rolled if X is greater than or equal to Y. Discard that card and draw a new one. Oh my god! Why is it so hard to understand what this does? So, roll a die. If it's equal to or greater than the card we are trying to discard, we will discard it. If we roll equal to or higher than it, and get that many points added to our trick-taking score. So, worth it if it's an ace, at the very least, because we get a point and discard the ace and draw a new card instead. Otherwise, it's risky, because you have to roll higher than the number. You see a spent candle placed next to 7 chalk circles. You have the impression that somebody has been playing a game here. You notice the card is sitting in 3 of the circles. A sudden chill shoots down your spine as you recognize one of the cards. Death. Something supernatural is going on here, and you can feel it in your bones. A ritual was in the process of being performed and was suddenly interrupted. You can sense the spirit energy swirling about this place. That's a lot of cups cards we have. You guys know what that means. We're probably not going to be playing very many of them. We have no swords or pentacles. You didn't get to play any of our cups cards. You check out the effects of the supernatural energy that has been drawn to this location via the ritual that the deck has begun to invoke. Now, I don't feel like going and getting the key, because I don't want to cross that beam another time. So I think we're going to play the deck without the key. Although, well, actually, we could decipher the game first and then try to play it. Alongside death sit despair and darkness. The unseeing eye seems to preside over all 3. This is a very unusual deck. You can't place it exactly from memory. You think it might have originated in the Balkans, but you are not sure. You study the setup carefully and decide what to do next. You said to try to examine the card game setup more closely to see if you can identify it and what it was trying to do. King of Wands? Sorry, King of Swords and a 10 of Swords are our high cards here. And we immediately draw a 9 of Swords. I'll use the 10 and hope there's another better option for our king up here somewhere. We win the challenge. Uh-oh. Might not be able to spend that king. Not a better option, but we'll just take it now. Yeah, so you recognize the deck in the setup. It's clearly the work of the Red Hand. You thought that the cult had been destroyed utterly. Why would a Red Hand divination deck be set up here? There must be a spirit key nearby. You should try to find it. If you find the key, you can play the deck without the worry that you might precipitate some catastrophic event. You suspect that it is nearby. A key for a deck created for the Red Hand will most likely bear the mark of the Red Hand, somewhere conspicuous. You will know it when you see it. No, we're gonna play a deck without the key. A ritual divination deck like this requires a key to channel spirits and interpret the cards. Playing without knowledge of the key can be very dangerous. We're gonna do it anyway. Queen of Cups, Knight of Swords are our high cards. Roll 1 bone, and then select X non-face cards in... Okay, this bumps them all up to 10s. So... yeah, let's do it. We get to select 1 card. Alright, well then we'll... I guess we'll choose the Ace of Swords and make it a 10. I don't want to fail this challenge. So we'll play the Queen now. Ooh, hello, King. You would have taken our Queen. Or, well, you wouldn't have. We have other Cups cards, but still. Okay, not bad. I think this is the first time I've done this without actually going for the key first. Fortune favors fools. It was an incredibly stupid thing to do, but you seem to have pulled it off. Well, maybe you're just that good. It's the second statement, Vic. I'm not crossing that beam another 3 flippin' times to get the key. We're not doing that. Holy Water, +1 Pentacles bonus. But we have to drop something for it. So we're never going to use Rain of Sulfur. I'm just going to discard that right now and take that. The good news is that we can still hold another spell. The Holy Water takes up 2 inventory but gives us 1 pentacle. So it kind of makes up for the fact that we just got rid of the Rain of Sulfur. And what does this do? Used to remove all impairment cards and adds 1 through 6 sanity points. We have enough time, we can do 1 more encounter here, I think. You see a chessboard set up for the commencement of a game. Upon closer examination, you discover that the pieces are very strange. The black ones are carved out of some volcanic rock and seem to shift between normal pieces and twisted tentacled monsters. The white pieces, carved from alabaster, depict humans armed with all manner of weapons. You could swear that you see a knight that resembles yourself. Suddenly, in the chair across from the chessboard, a grim specter of death appears. Your eyes wind in disbelief as the apparition beckons you to sit and play. You must fight to keep your sanity. 2 kings, 3 kings are our high cards. Cups, wands, and pentacles. So we should retain our sanity. I'm even willing to not spend a king right away. This is just a horror check. It's a shame this isn't the actual game. You stare back at the apparition and even muster a nonchalant smile, which seems to amuse it. The specter startles you. You wonder if this is some type of trick or illusion. Could it be real? You can sense the currents of sorcery at work here, but just what the source is you cannot be certain. It beckons you to sit across from it. The apparition motions to the board again, suggesting that you begin the game. Well, trying to use sorcery against it is awful, because we've only got 6 draw. And I like chess. I'm not terribly good at it, but I'm not awful at it. And I think it'd be fun to play the game of chess against death. I think there is, however, a chance that you always will have Might not always, but there's a chance you draw an instant death card from this, let alone wounds or impairments should you fail. But we have a great chance to succeed, it would seem, with a 6 target number and 11 draw, 13 tricks, of which we only get 10. You decide to play along for now and take a seat. You make the first move. King of Wands, Page of Pentacles, Knight of Swords are our face cards. We will go all out here and use mental dexterity. Nice. We get to bump 6 cards up to 10s. So ace, ace, 3, 5, 5, and the 7. All become 10s because we have a 10 wands score. 2 of swords. We'll use our knight. 3 of wands. Do we have wands cards? So we don't want to lose this. And the odds of there being another face wands up here is pretty low, but I guess I'll risk it. We'll play the 10 and we won the challenge. Okay, well now we have to play the king on the 2. Hello, 10 of cups. Guess what we have? A 10 of cups. You play like an inspired madman, and soon the apparition's king is lying on its side. It bows to you, and then disappears. You can get arcana cards and talismans from this. The Fool. Gain 5 experience tokens after this card used to take a trick. Useless. We don't need experience tokens anymore. We're about to fully level ourselves up. So this is nice to have in our back pocket because it lets us win a challenge without worrying about decreasing our survivability by losing one of our other arcana cards that we'd rather not use. 6 courage. 4 more courage. 3 more experience points. More courage. And that's it. We do not need 16 points of courage. That said, we will gladly refill all my feats. Oh, wow. We did need 9 points of it, though. So we're missing the little ghost girl. Because we've seen her quest around here. Yeah, there it is. And we still need the library, the books for the witches, which are here somewhere. You see rows and rows of books. Most of the material is quite pedestrian, what you would expect to find in a library of this large estate. However, occasionally you come across an item that is more esoteric, and you wonder what secrets and knowledge must be hidden here. You'll never know unless you look, of course. You decide to inspect the bookshelf more closely. You scan over the titles and occasionally pull out a volume to get a better look. That's a lot of sword cards. Oh, wow, look at all those faces, though. King of Cups, Queen of Pentacles are high cards. We have some swords cards, faces as well. So, it's promising. Is the Queen of Cups up here? I actually have a good feeling that she might be. So I'll play the Knight. Well, if she is, we won't get a chance to take her with the King. 5 of Swords. We'll take you with the Knight. 7 of Pentacles. Take you with the 8. Queen of Swords. That was not the Queen of Cups, Tim. Her psychic powers are dwindling today. King of Swords, we can have the Ace. Knight of Pentacles, we can take you with the Queen. And that's it. Darn it. I was hoping the Queen would still show up somewhere. Your eyes come to stop at the spine of a very old book. You carefully pull it out of the stack. Yes! You have found what you are searching for. The quest for the witches. Chain Spirit. An Eldritch spell. Nine experience. So we can't actually take another Eldritch spell because we don't have the inventory space for it. For any puzzle, lore, or perception challenge, 1 point is added to your trick-taking score for each revealed and unmatched trick card on the board up to X, where X is the value of the edge. We can get a single scryed card with research. You know, I'm going to grab engineer. Let's take it. Oh, there's also chess team. I'm going to forget to use this. So we're taking engineer. For any puzzle lore perception challenge, 1 point is added to your trick-taking score for each revealed and unmatched trick card on the board up to X, where X is the value of the edge. So we have this toolkit. We can get free points when we use the toolkit, or we can gain extra cards. I think we'll take Survivalist. Whenever a support item special ability is used, X points are added to your trick-taking score, where X is the level of the edge. Your attention is drawn to a large stone statue of a truly horrific, bizarre-looking gargoyle. It sits on a pedestal with its arms wrapped around its legs. You feel a sudden shock shoot down your spine as you notice its eyelids blink open. The stone statue is alive. You fight to control the growing tide of terror that is overwhelming you. We have 2 kings in our hand, so we should win this. Take the ace with the 4. Take the 4 with the 5. I'll take the 3 with the 6, and we're winning the challenge. We're running out of cards, so now we'll start using our face cards. We're running out of tricks to reveal, so now I'm getting more nervous that we won't get a chance to play all our face cards. But we do. The gargoyle stretches itself out and unfurls its large wings. You note its razor-sharp claws. Before you realize it, it moves forward to attack you. Well, it's... oh god. Oh wait, what? We have a better chance of beating it up physically than we do using sorcery, thanks to that low draw. It's mostly animated by sorcery, but it has a physical body. You decide to hit it with your crowbar. Oh, okay, we have a face card at least, a Queen of Pentacles. What does Memorize do again? Oh, discard a card. Okay, do we have aces? We have an ace. Yeah, let's discard an ace. Let's get rid of this Ace of Wands. So we use Mesmerize. Select this. We get a 4. Oh, we get 4 points, 5 points added to our trick-taking score. We discarded that card. And we drew a 4 of Wands? Worth it? We are winning the challenge. The odds of any of these being something that the Queen could take that the 9 can't is low. So we'll play the Queen now. And good thing we did, because we flipped over the King of Pentacles as the second card. Can we get lucky and whack? Well, this would only make this a 5, so that wouldn't have really mattered. We can take the 3 with the 4, and we win the challenge. You won the battle! The gargoyle falls to the floor and shatters into small pieces. Oh, -1 wands. Alright, that's not so bad. You are forced to take this, and it doesn't take up any space in your inventory. I'm fine having a 9 wands. That's acceptable. So this must be the ghost girl. You are drawn to the soft sound of sobbing somewhere ahead. It is a sound that is very unsettling. As you approach, you see the small figure of a little girl standing in front of you with shoulders slumped and its head tilted down. You instinctively ask, "Is everything okay?" And it turns to look at you. That's when you realize you are staring directly at a ghost. The girl stands there sobbing quietly and looking at you. It's one of the most creepy things you have seen. And it's actually saying a lot. Indeed, we drew no face cards this time around. We do have some 10s, though, so hopefully it goes well for us. To this day, I still don't know the order at which tricks are placed on the boards or your hand is drawn. I guess it doesn't really matter. The more number cards you have in your hand, the greater the likelihood that there are face cards up here as tricks. You show up the emotional effect of the sobbing and are ready yourself for what is to come. My name is Samara. What's yours? Have you seen Danny? I think they got Danny. She seems to speak directly into your mind. The sobbing resumes again, and you're not sure if that is just in your mind as well. This is cruel to dismiss her. But I'll be honest, viewer, I don't want to cross that beam again. I guess we'll make the decision, because we'll see if we can cross the beam even once. The good news is if we fall down here, the way back up isn't too far away. So, you decide to use your psychic talents as a medium to find out who Danny is and what has happened to him. We see a King of Cups up there, thanks to our scrying. We have a Queen of Swords and a Knight of Pentacles are our other high cards. Okay, we win the challenge. That's nice. A bunch of low-numbered Wands cards showed up for us to take. Hey, always like taking a page with a knight when we can. You enter a trance and soon are talking with the ghost child, Samara. She explains what has happened to Danny and wants your help. Samara explains to you that Danny was her toy doll and that the bad toys have probably taken him and will do terrible things to him. She pleads with you to bring Danny back to her. The sobbing and ghostly tears is enough to turn anyone's resolve into jelly. Oh, wow, the gong is here. You see a large wooden brass gong. It looks completely out of place standing over by itself in the room. You sense immediately, though, that all is not as it seems here. You've seen enough of these things to notice the faint aura that surrounds it. You have no doubt that the gong is a sorcerer's puzzle of some sort. The markings are vague, but you would place it around the period of the Three Kingdoms. There is definitely dark magic at work here. The runes covering the wooden frame must contain the instructions on how to use the gong and access its abilities. I don't know if we can win this, because I think 2 of these challenges involve cups, and I don't think we'll be able to win. We can at very least decipher the rune. We'll come back for this, maybe. So now that is the entirety of the first floor. Alright, guys, so we'll stop here. When we come back, we'll cross the beam if we're lucky, and begin turning in all the quests that we have. Yeah, and we'll see what shape we're in when we're done with that. So, I'll see you guys then. Thank you for watching, everyone, and take care.